What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. I just turned my computer and it messed up my whole camera. What's up, Seal? How's it going?
It's going good, my friend. Been enjoying a lot of playoff basketball. I'm enjoying the refs just kind of letting shit go. It hasn't really been too
Except Scott
bad.
Foster, he sucks still. But
Yeah, that's expected. But it hasn't really been too bad yet. Not too many games being fucked. A couple that could have been. I'm excited for it. And then we got this guy fucking Angel Angel. I don't know his fucking name in
Angel
baseball.
Hernandez,
Yeah, everybody knows Angel right now.
Dodgers fans
Or
definitely
watch
know him. We've
baseball.
known him for a long time.
But he doesn't discriminate on teams, it seems like this
No,
season
he
so
just has a
far.
big ass fucking strike
And
zone.
the season is young. I think each team has played like 9, 10 games so far. And he's already fucked up about 5 games this season. So yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch and see what happens with him. I think CBS Sports shared something about he needs to go. So
It
when
was
you have
funny
these
that Noah
RP
Syndergaard backed him
outlets,
up. Of course he did, right?
fuck out of here.
That's so before I mean, this is getting started because it's sports related. But which side are you on these whole like meltdowns with the umps? I know it's like tradition with baseball, but that one, what was the guy's name that Noah Syndergaard struck out with Angel calling a shitty strike zone that blew up? I
I don't
forgot who it
remember.
was. Rizzo or somebody, I don't know. Schwarber, Kyle Schwarber.
Schwarber,
Like,
yeah.
how do you feel? Like, I just think he looks like a dumb baby. Like, it didn't even look fun. It didn't look like it would motivate me if I was his teammate. It just looks stupid. How do you feel
Yeah.
about it?
I mean, I, I'm always gonna side with the players.
No, I
Um,
side with the player. I just think the whole show of it is dumb.
Oh, well, it's stupid, but I feel like what they're trying to like, they're sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
And them going to the league, probably, I guarantee you, every fucking team that's been fucked this year so far by Angel Hernandez has gone to the league in some matter, some way or another. And nothing's happening, and the players are getting pissed off because front of house, they're probably complaining to coaches are complaining to front of house. And you have these general managers that are saying, hey, listen, we'll handle it, just play ball. Don't worry about them, control what you can, play ball, and they're over it. Like they're fucking over it. So now they're gonna make themselves look like soccer players a little bit when it comes to it. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I've never been a fan of flopping either. Just to be fair, if you guys are baseball fans calling me a hater, I don't like flopping either. It's so stupid.
yeah. So I mean, I feel for the. Yeah, I agree with you. Like the way, I don't know, I'm here for it. Honestly,
He
I want to
looked
see.
dumb, man. I've seen some good ones. I've seen some good
Yeah,
arguments, but
I want to see the
his
old school fucking throwing the
kick the
fucking
dirt onto
dirt.
the
Yeah,
mound
throw the
or the
dirt
thing
on, no, onto
that
his fucking throw dirt on
on
his
the
cleats,
plate on his
cover
shoes.
him up the plate. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But just go fucking go bananas that way. Don't don't boohoo. But I mean, these guys are fucking frustrated with it.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of people in my time be so mad to where they start crying, and
Yep.
don't words can't come out, so it's just
And
and
we've both been blow ups that are very similar to that in our sports careers. So
oh god, I
you
don't
know
want to
how
get
that
started on
is.
doing that. Yeah, yeah, I've been
Um,
pissed off a lot. I don't think I went Ryan Bennett ever in game, and took my jersey off and threw it at a ref
every
in a
card
church
I ever
league.
received in high school soccer was from yelling at the ref. I had 5 yellow cards in my 4-year career, and they were all from yelling at the ref.
See,
So
my thing, I never even said what's up to him. I never shook. I was never a captain or anything. Nobody's gonna make me a fun. So I never really like mattered with him too much. Refs, umps, it didn't matter. So whenever I did get into dialogue with him, it was never in the best foresight. So yeah, kudos to the guys who know to go and shake their hands. Like we see clips of Joey Burrow, like, hey, I don't want to be calling you ref all day. What's your name? Or was it? I don't know. It was one of the young quarterbacks.
right.
None of them knowing how to play the politics and shit like that.
And you
But
see Chris Paul call them by their first name and shit. Like
yeah, and
they know
in
what's up.
baseball, we kind of see them kind of like talk to the official and all that shit. But when they get to first base and third base, they have their guys over there. They're not saying what's up to
Right.
the when they get to second base. They're not saying what's up to the dude that's blocking their vision when they're getting a lead and shit. And it's so you don't see that in baseball. And so yeah, I understand where Kyle's coming from. Like, yo, you don't even give me the chance to say what's up to you guys. You just want to be an asshole and just totally fuck the game of baseball this season. So,
And a lot of them seem, at least I don't know them personally, but they all seem a little power hungry, where they're like, no, well, this is my call, so deal with it. And like everything else gets reviewed except for calls and strikes. Like if somebody misses a tag now, they review it and they get it right. Balls and strikes, they're like, nope, I called it. I called it. I'm doubling down. I don't care.
and I kind of understand. 10 years ago, what was shit? It's been about 15 years ago. What, 2004, 2005, when Fox brought out the old pitch tracker,
strike zone
Fox,
pitch tracker thing.
Now that bitch is in depth. They're able to flip it around just from
Make
seeing
a
the TV.
square out of it, or like
yeah.
a hexagon thing.
Yeah, and be able to see when the ball breaks, how much it breaks. They're able to fucking rate people on how much a pitch breaks over average of players. It's ridiculous.
The spin rate and all that shit.
Red Sox have two guys that are really up there, but we fucking suck at scoring more runs than everybody else right now. So I don't want to talk about the Red Sox. But yeah, we're getting to the point in age where we have enough technology to where we're able to eliminate these motherfuckers. Yeah, you can stay behind home plate, but all you're doing is you're getting a buzz on your left wrist or your buzz on your right wrist to where it says zzz, up, ball, zzz, up, strike, you're out. And you're just there for the live action plays at the plate for the most part, and just being the median of calling the strike or ball. We have the technology to where somebody can sit there. I like some of the catchers who put it on their knee rather than having to go to their wrist, and they can just kind of cover it up and all that stuff. But they have the communication nowadays where they can press a couple buttons and it goes to a little mic on the inside of your head that says slider inside left.
Right.
Like it's crazy. Or inside up. I don't know why I said left.
Well, you live in the minor league area or a minor league area.
4 teams, baby. It's awesome.
Have you seen any of this electronic umpire bullshit that's down in the minor leagues? And have you seen any or heard any response of it? If they like it, don't like it, whatever?
No, I don't know if Daytona and Jacksonville has it. I haven't heard anything.
I think all of AA has it. But then they got rid of all that shit anyway.
I think Daytona's AA, so I'll have to check out the Tortugas.
Yeah,
I think it's the Tortugas. But yeah, I'll look into that. But yeah, I know they did experiment with it, and I mean, there's going to be faults. There's going to be problems with it. And there's going to be errors in everything technology. If you ever watched that Netflix, that was my favorite scene ever. What was that show called? They're like, it's Despicable Me guy, The Office, Steve Carell. He's in it. It's the Farce show or whatever.
Don't Look Up. Wait, no, that's not Steve.
No, that's a hilarious one too.
Yeah.
But no, it's like Special Forces or something.
Oh, Delta Force or
something. Yeah, but whenever they're trying to get the missiles and whatever, and then the Microsoft says like has a download in 49 minutes remaining and shit. That's the funniest thing in the world. And then one of the best actors ever, I'll never be able to pronounce his name or remember it. He says, "Fuck you, Microsoft." It was great, but technology always messes up at the worst possible moments. So we could probably have a whole season of it finally being implemented where the fucking umps behind the plate are getting lazy as shit. And it could be Angel Hernandez in game 6 of the World Series. And that motherfucker calls a strike because he never got a zzz or a zzz.
Or do you think they just ignore the buzz if they're like so prideful that they're like, nah, man, I think that was a strike?
Absolutely not, because I feel like with that technology, there's going to be able to be a this sucks siren, like we have the challenges, the green light special in the NBA.
That'd be awesome.
We can have a fucking beep, beep. That was actually a ball, sir. Please get your job going right, sir. That's all you have to do.
That would be great.
The right thing.
That would be great. I mean, we see these changes happen through all the sports. Before our time, Eddie might remember. He's not older than us, but he watched hockey a lot older than we did. The refs used to have to say whenever there was a goal or not a goal, which was freaking unbelievable. Now they have the light on top of the net that tells you if it's a goal or not. And I'm sure when that first happened, I don't know when that was. I don't know if that was before Eddie or not, but when that actually happened, I can imagine a lot of the players were upset. A lot of stuff was kind of weird. The fans might have been mad, like that's what the ref's job is. They can call it, or they can see it, or they can not see it. That's human error, blah blah blah. But now it's just commonplace. You see that light go on the net, you know that it's a goal. It's a done deal. You don't have to review. You don't have to do anything stupid. It's either a goal or it's not a goal.
Yeah, man. And you still have sometimes where they review when the light doesn't go off because it are literally the puck will go across that much. And shit like that still happens. It has to reach a certain point behind the
I think
net.
the light goes off no matter what. They review if they call it no goal instead,
true.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. But either way, like there's still ways to get it right. Like there's still ways if there is error in the technology to get it right. We just have to hope, like you said, these prideful motherfuckers that are Major League Baseball umpires, it's worse than any league ever.
Yeah,
like we
for
saw Tim whatever the piece of shit NBA rep that was betting on games.
Donahan or Donahue.
Yeah, we heard him talk about a Donahue.
Donahue.
Something like that. But talk about a game with AI, how he went to the press and talked shit about one of the refs, and it was well known. Everybody knows about it. Anybody that tried to be AI back in the day, and when you get middle school and high school basketball, you're getting called for a carry every time. You're like, but AI does it. He got called for a carry like 4 times in the first half against these guys after he ripped them. So yeah, the refs can get prideful as fuck, but we'll never see anybody like a major league home plate umpire ever.
Yeah.
Ever. His box is his box, and he doesn't give a shit. It's ridiculous. And yeah, we're going to have to see how that, but I feel like when that day and age comes, the old school umps at that point in time will be part of the new school
That's true.
era.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they'll move on. I think it'll definitely happen. It's slowly moving.
But have you seen the video of all the umps on a field and they're like, call it out, call it safe. And some of them are like,
no, that's crazy.
Bro, it's hilarious. It's like a viral like Facebook reel or whatever the fuck it is, but it's absolutely hilarious. They're supposed to out and then safe, where they're supposed to look at somebody and do it. And they're like, somebody's going up when they shouldn't be. Somebody's calling safe when they're calling out. It's hilarious.
That's funny. No, I haven't seen anything like that. I stay away from videos, bro. I didn't even watch your Bleacher Report video that you sent me. So
it's gold. So
I was at work, to be fair.
So KD called Chuck a bus driver or something, right?
The Chuck bus or whatever. I think they have that.
Yeah. And they got a Chuck
wagon. That's what it's called.
So it's the whole last 5 minutes of last night, right? And they KD posted something early on Tuesday, like hit a shot back. I ain't worried about another Tuesday for me. And somebody tweeted, it was like, the only problem here is you did it early on Tuesday and you gave these TNT people who have like an army of petty producers who are going to have hours, a whole day to get stuff together. And they got The Office. They were able to take a piece of The Office and Photoshop all of the Brooklyn Nets players on it. And they're doing the roll call when they're on the bus. And my name is Kevin. Yeah, because my name's Kevin. Right. And then when the bus is going, they pull over to pick up a stray, and it's somebody from work trying to skip the day of work, play hooky at work.
Yeah,
and it's fucking Ben Simmons' face on it. Like they slayed them.
Nice.
And then they went and bought a friggin', it looks like it's a party bus. They went and bought like a party bus and put Chuck wagon on. Like they legit.
I saw the Chuck wagon thing in a separate thing.
Dude, I had to send it to you because we talk about Ernie and them, how he talked it was about 5 years ago now, when all that shit was going on in Memphis or somewhere, when somebody got killed, the riots were happening. He went on but on a whole spill about what he thinks, and it was crazy because we all know he's the one white guy talking about basketball that's dominated by black people, and has 3 black people next to him, and the way he's able just to talk about life in such a different manner where everybody can come together and understand is awesome. And to see that man be so excited, to be so petty, like somebody who really understands like and enjoys life and all, like we know his kids, we know his whole story,
all his foundation,
somebody
and all
to
that
enjoy
stuff.
Getting in on the pettiness. It was absolutely hilarious to see,
That's
man. You
awesome.
need to go on and watch it. I know it's a
I
struggle
will.
to watch them Bleacher Report things because they suck and you won't download the app. But
He
it's so
he has
funny.
also been pulling out a lot more rap references than I ever remember him. I don't know if you still watch all the halftime shows and shit, but he's calling out rappers and stuff and getting on like Shaq's and Kenny's good side and all that with that. Which I mean, obviously they already like him, but I feel like he's been pulling out some pop culture
Hey,
references.
this is supposed to be his second to last season. 2023 is supposed to be his last one, so maybe he's trying to get in good and keep it going.
Yeah, I guess so. So before we talk about basketball, I want to talk about my LA get up here. For
Hey yo,
every single whatever season we're in, right? We're in like the fourth season of our team, fifth season,
think
something like that.
five.
Once again, we draw Portland in the US Open Cup because that shit's rigged as fuck.
Yeah, but
So once again, we get Portland. This is the team. If everybody has rivalries, we have Carson, obviously. We have Seattle because they always beat us in the playoffs. But when you talk to fans, the team we hate the most is Portland because this team is a bunch of babies. They're a bunch of crybabies. They were the ones that we beat them in the US Open Cup like 2 years ago, and they complained because Mark Anthony K is Canadian, not US. And since he doesn't have a green card because Canada to America doesn't need a green card really, uh, they tried to revoke our win against them and like all this baby bullshit stuff. And they always start fights. Um, they were the ones that basically like just accosted Dio and called him all the names and stuff. And he like went into like rehab and shit after all, like just a bunch of crazy stuff. So
let's
of
just call it like it
course,
is. Portland Timbers are the punk piece of shit. They're the Pat Bevs.
yeah, they're the
Not
Pat
that they don't
Bears.
try hards. They're the attitude of Pat Bev. They're the they're the Lance Stevenson blow you in the air,
Yep.
stupid bullshit. And yeah, I like this. I like that fans of
Yeah,
LAFC
we
are
hate them.
starting to view Portland as the cockroaches on the bottom of your fucking boots when you're
Yeah.
having to walk through a piece of shit area like Portland.
So hopefully the players are starting to feel that way as well because we faced them in a week, no, not a week, a month, on the 20th, I think, and I'm excited for it. I'm not going to be able to make it because it's a Wednesday game and I can't make Wednesday games anymore. But it's going to be pretty exciting, and I hope we just shut them down. We drew them earlier this year already, so I hope we just put them down and move on in the U.S. Open Cup. But I wanted to wear my support because the draw happened and we're ready. We're always ready for Portland, so I'm not worried about them. But I'm just it gets kind of old drawing Portland every single year, the same way
Yeah.
like Arsenal gets Bayern Munich every single time they're in the Champions League. It just happens, and I know it's quote unquote random, but it's just old after a while. I get tired of facing Portland.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm excited for it this time. I mean, we drew what about 3 4 weeks ago now. And we've been killing it, dude. We were down at half the other night and came back to win. That's not something I would expect out of this team. Uh,
On the
I'm
road too, which is
I'm
awesome.
scared as fuck when a team scores multiple goals and we're down.
Right.
Uh, but we've came back twice, I think. One for a draw now, one for a win. So I'm excited for what this team's going to be able to do against Portland. We've seen them what they're able to do this year once already, and yeah, let's get it. Yeah, I
Let's get
think
it.
it's going to be a lot different.
Yeah. We have a
Just
lot.
go
It's
around.
crazy because we have a lot of different types of goal scorers, and I think it helps us elevate as a team. Like I love Diego Rossi. He's my favorite player. He's going to be my first favorite player, or he was my first favorite player in LA. So I love it. But to have Musovsky, to have Arango, obviously we still have Vela, to have all these guys, we have probably like 5 or 6 guys that can all score consistently. So it's not just Vela, Rossi, and then whoever our current number 9 is at the time. So I'm excited to see all these. It's the same. And again, I'm liking us to Arsenal, which I know makes you happy. That's the same way Arsenal did. We got rid of Aubameyang, and now we have 4 or 5 guys that can score. And now we're sitting right now in fourth, trying to make it to the Champions League next year. So I see the same similarities in my 2 teams, which is exciting. So I'm excited. I'm ready to continue on this season and just take care of business and maybe win the U.S. Open Cup. That'd be super sweet.
Yeah, that would be dope. But to be sitting at this point in time, overall leader in points right now in the MLS, this is crazy.
And goal differential, I think, too. So not just the win-loss, but also goal differential, which is super cool. I obviously wasn't expecting it. You can go back like 5 or 6 episodes and check me out talking about it, and I wasn't
Yeah,
excited.
I was trying to hype you up.
I
Like,
know
hey,
I had
man,
him.
but
I had a dead wall for him, but
I
we're
hope my
ready.
video
Okay.
is way better than this shit that I'm seeing. I don't understand. I've had this computer on forever.
Yeah, it happens.
Technology. This is why umps are gonna stay around.
We're like, dude, your fingers were so like
I
blurry
know.
and shitty. So before we get to the NBA, because obviously NBA is a big part of this. The NFL draft starts today if you're listening right when it comes out, and we'll obviously recap that in full next week. But it was the entire offseason. It was Kayvon Thibodeau and Aiden Hutchinson for the entire off, literally until like 2 days ago. Now it's Trayvon Walker for the edge rusher. Do you think the Jags go Trayvon Walker now, or do you think they trade or stick with Aiden Hutchinson, or what? How do you see tomorrow happening for you?
Yeah. So I see us fucking it up. I've talked about Walker before, because I know Bulk, whatever his fucking name is. I know the
Right.
clown. I know what he likes to do. He's in love with the dude. So much so that Vegas has shifted the odds immensely. And
Yeah.
now you're gonna make good money if you get Hutchins or Hutchinson or however the fuck you say his name.
Right.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Reports are coming out that Shad Khan is in love with Hutchinson,
Right.
but
As everybody else in the league.
but Balk is infatuated, was the word, infatuated with Walker. So if Jaguars #1 pick Aiden Hutchinson, defense in Michigan, it should say the Jaguars have traded the first pick of the NFL draft to the fucking New York Jets for the 4th pick.
Right. That would be huge because they could get Walker with the 4th pick.
No. Yeah, I would be fine with that. I would be absolutely fine with that because we're gonna have the 4th, we're gonna have some more picks.
Right.
And this draft is a known thing. The first pick to about the 10th pick, they're all in the same category for the most part.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who it is. And then from the 11th pick to about the 150th pick, they're all in about the same category for the most part. So there's not a lot of studs this year. There's not a lot of freak athletes besides Hutchinson, who has small arms. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? He's able to do everything he has. Sorry, with small arms. Like, who gives a fuck? I can't wait to see him, Slaughter, and Kenny Pickett start throwing fucking darts in the NFL. Like, I can't stand this shit that people have who have never played the game, who say this is just bad. Like, this is just awful. There's no way. The motherfucker has done it for 21, 22 years of his life.
Right.
Why do you think he can't do it? Because he's going to be playing against the best of the best? He's in the Big Ten. He's going to be able to. Let's go get a guy fucking in Trayvon Walker, who's not even the best person on the fucking line. Let alone the fucking maybe 4th best person on that fucking defense stat-wise. Like, and that was a opportune defense. That was a defense that was able to make plays off of other players on your defense because they have 8 motherfuckers who are probably going to be drafted in the 1st round the next 2 years.
Right.
Like,
well, it's crazy because you guys are so dumb. I feel like the general manager of the Lions probably just called you guys and was like, guys, Aiden Hutchinson is from Michigan. Like, he grew up in Michigan. He played college ball at Michigan.
No,
it makes sense to play in Detroit.
No, we didn't even do that. We just said, we don't need him. Look at the other defensive end who had not yet got a stat that year. Let's do that.
But he's a national champion. So
what are you doing? What are you doing? Be like, listen, you didn't see Gene Smith? I'm doing what he was a great general manager for the Jaguars. Dave Caldwell, remember him? He did good too. He got rid of Ngakwe, who's now in the division. He got rid of Jalen Ramsey, who's now a fucking Super Bowl fucking winner. Calais Campbell just got paid again, even though we didn't think he would because we let go of him 2 years ago. Like, it's our GMs are the dumbest. And I'm over it. The next time we get a GM, I'm gonna think you're just another Jaguars GM until you prove me wrong. I was so hopeful on Balk. Look at what he did in San Francisco. Woo!
Well, I feel like it's going to turn into a script. Aiden Hutchinson's going to go home to Michigan. Kenny Pickett's going to stay in Pennsylvania and go to the Steelers. And it's just going to be the first round of storylines that were drawn up by Hollywood. So
why not draft Malik Davis #1? Let's fucking do it. I'm fucking over it.
It's just kind of crazy, but the Bucks don't have shit, so I'm just I get to watch to have fun. So
I'm glad I'm working tomorrow, so we don't even have the option of doing no fucking live.
I'll be watching the Suns. I don't give a fuck about the NFL draft. When my team's not in it. When my team's not in it, I'll be watching the Suns. I don't care.
I was like, yeah, hey, okay, yeah, Clavion Chason, hey, that'll fucking hey, yeah.
So I just think it's going to be funny, but we'll cover that in excess next week. You'll get to see a lot more of Seal ranting when they don't pick the right person. So it'll be pretty fun. Again, the Bucks don't have picks really. They'll get a couple guys that might get signed just because, might not, because they're late enough that it's not guaranteed. So we might do whatever.
You're going to end up with some dope ass wide receiver.
Yeah,
y'all going to trade up. You're going to take all 4 of your picks to trade up to get that Chris Olave dude or whatever his name is. And be like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, trade and fucking get rid of AB and get this fucking piece of shit motherfucker. Good job, Bucks. Here's a chip.
Yeah, we might not. Honestly, we might not do anything. We might pass on our picks. Who knows?
If y'all are able to get a dope ass wide receiver, I would definitely ask you to drive to Vegas and put some money down on them to win, because that team's right. They just got injured at the wrong time.
And the NFC is just trash, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So y'all got injured at the wrong time. Y'all really are one of the only teams that has the main players back together. It doesn't matter that you lost a couple of linemen. It doesn't matter that you might not have the same running backs in office. You guys have Tom Brady, you have your receivers, but we don't have AB. If you're able to get a guy that's able to come in and produce and get 600 yards and 5 touchdowns in a year, their rookie year, I would put money on you guys winning a chip.
I say we need a tight end. I can't expect Gronk to come back again.
Dude, there's so many tight ends in this draft.
Yeah, we're gonna grab one in the 4th round, and he's gonna be all right, because the last first rounder we picked is gone. Bye.
A lot of the Jaguar people who do mock drafts, I don't do those things and post them. I'll kind of go and look at where random people have them slotted and shit. Right. But it's funny how Jaguars people go and post them for the Jaguars and stuff like that. But a lot of people have this San Jose State. That's where our last guy, Josh Oliver, that we fucking traded away. He came out of, but we have getting him in like the 5th round. And like a lot of different people. So I don't know if just one person posted it and they just started following, but somebody like that in the late round could come out and produce.
Yeah, we'll grab somebody, because I just can't rely on Gronk coming back. He might just for the hell of it to get a paycheck but when he's already not doing off-season work,
I don't think so.
Like
I said it on the podcast a while ago when we were talking about Tom Brady retiring. I was like, yeah, Gronk's done.
We've said Gronk's done since the beginning of this last year. We were like, this has to be his last year. He can't even make a seam route without taking 30 seconds. So there's just nothing.
Yeah, real quick, but just one pre-draft question. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can hear Junior, but he's having a blast in there right now. He's the best when he's not taking medicine. Little asshole. But do you think Darren Waller gets traded tomorrow? There's been a lot of talks about multiple teams coming after him. The Packers wanted to get him in the Devontae Adams trade, and they weren't able to do that. That's why the haul was so big. But they're still calling them, still seeing what they can do to get him. Green Bay is. Do you think there's a chance that he gets traded tomorrow?
I don't think so, because that's a key piece in Las Vegas's offense. He has to be there. If they trade him and all they have is Carr and Adams, then they're screwed. Unless they think they can get some other stuff, they
have Adams, they have Hunter Renfrow, they have Josh Jacobs. They don't have a Alabama graduate anymore.
They're just, yeah, they don't, sadly. They're not better than what the Packers were, though, and the Packers couldn't get it done. So, and they're in a tougher division. They need Darren Waller. They need that tight end. So we'll
The
see. I mean,
Packers
if they
have
can get a
nobody.
crazy
I
package,
saw
then
something on FanDuel, one of their free pool things. It might have been FanDuel or DraftKings. Oh yeah, I meant to tell you the other day. DraftKings is doing their 10-year anniversary. I haven't won shit. I haven't even came close. But they're doing like free things every day.
nice.
Yeah, I meant to tell you. But they have one of their free pools, like the over/under things that you can do and shit.
Right.
One of them is how many offensive weapons or how many wide receivers to the Green Bay Packers draft in the first 2 rounds. And the over/under is 3.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I said exactly 3.
Yeah.
Because
They have what, 4 picks, right?
Yeah, so there's something. I know they have 3 in the first round, I believe, 2 or 3, maybe 2. Shit, maybe 1 and 2 or 3 in the second round. I don't remember. But yeah, so I said exactly 3 because Lazard, Big Bob Tunyon, who's going to be coming off of a fucking injury. Like they
have
don't
nobody.
really have anything. What are you going to do? Try to get Aaron Jones to get on stilts and
they're gonna go get Debo Samuel, bro.
that would be fucking amazing. But the only thing about that is he wants to be closer to home, which is South Carolina, and that's not too much fucking better.
Yeah, don't go to Carolina. That'd be trash, though. Atlanta.
He doesn't want to. He wants to be in the East Coast. He wants to be on the East Coast. So
no, but what I'm saying is Charlotte is close, Atlanta's close, and that's it.
Like, yeah, but anywhere on the East, anywhere that's not literally the opposite end of the country.
True.
So there's a plethora of AFC teams who are ready to take him on.
Well, the Bills don't have room for him, and that's pretty much it. The Bills don't.
The Steelers would be down as fuck.
Yeah, but they need
Jaguars.
QB.
We don't really have room for them, but hey, if we have fucking him, Christian Kirk, the other dude we got going with Treadwell and fucking LaVisca Chenault, like, yeah, I'm down as shit. Who was the other guy that we got? Oh, Zay Jones, the motherfucker. But I'd be down as shit to add that onto it. Like, yeah, make us have 5 people that you have to worry about, and Trevor Lawrence, who's supposed to be the next football like great, slinging it to him. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Let him look like Joey Burrow and get mauled for holding the ball for 2.5 seconds. But look what's going to happen. The plays they do get it together. If we can get that defense in line, then hey, we could end up looking like 2017 again. But the chances of that happening are slim to fucking none.
Right, exactly. All right, so we're gonna move on.
But do you agree, real quick? Do you agree that Debo's going to be gone?
Yeah,
by the time training camp starts. I don't think
by the first round. Move. By the time the first round starts, and
you think draft day move for Debo?
Yeah, that's when you're gonna get the best deal.
And Caliario.
No, that's when you're gonna get the best deal. Is trading him on draft day.
There's a prop bet.
I
gotta pee.
No, there won't be any for a while. All right, so we're going to move on to basketball. And only one series is set for the second round, so we'll touch on that last, but you can go pee. But the first round is still getting going hard and going fast. And tonight, so the Eastern side is pretty much done. So we're going to have to talk about the West side. Hey, West side. And what's going on there. So I thought Golden State was going to easily just clinch tonight, but so far they have not. The Nuggets are fighting hard. Jokic is showing why he's the reigning MVP and potentially back-to-back MVP. But I still think Golden State ends that. So I would assume by the time you guys are listening to this, that 4 of the series have ended. And we're just waiting for tomorrow for Phoenix and Dallas. So we're going to start with tomorrow's game. And the first game off the menu is the Western side, my side, Phoenix. We got a huge Game 5 win where we looked like ourselves again. And that's just the thing where when you're back home, it's going to happen. So I expect New Orleans back home to be New Orleans again. Alvarado is just getting on everybody's nerves. We'll talk about him a little bit later, but
did you already touch on Brooklyn
No. I
All right, fuck
just,
them.
yeah, we started in the West just because I said I think tonight's games are going to be. I know that Denver's putting up a fight, but I think Golden State will still win.
Yeah. All
So
right,
I just
cool.
kind
I
of
was just making
started with
sure.
tomorrow's games.
Yeah.
So Phoenix, do you think they can close out tomorrow night, or is this just New Orleans is going to do New Orleans? There are rummagings in the air that Booker could potentially come back. I say he doesn't. Listen, if we were down 3-2, he comes back. I think up 3-2, we sit him. If we get forced into a game 7, we'll play him probably. But I say rest him one more time, and it's going to be a close game regardless. So I say rest him and let's see what we can do.
Yeah, keep resting. I think we have a chance to close it out. If we're able to like stop the runs, that was the big part of game 4.
Yeah.
They would go on runs, and on those runs, they're scoring 13 points, and we're only scoring 3 points. That's absolutely insane. I think they went on a 14-1 run at one point, and I think like McGee hit a free throw and missed one. But like that shit can't happen. Last night they were going on runs, and we were able to stop it. They'd go on like a 8-0 run, and then we'd stop it with a 6-0 run. They'd hit like 2 threes. We'd come hit 8-3, and just not let that whole momentum shift. And right when they thought they started getting it going, we'd come back and bang bang 2 threes in a row. Mikal Bridges and campaign. It was a great night for a lot of the players who never get mentioned. Aaron Holiday played great minutes.
Bismack played a couple of solid minutes to relieve
Bro,
Ayton.
yeah, that what was it, the third quarter? That one defensive possession, he was taking on shit. He was on Valachunas, and then they switched him on to Ingram, and he swatted the ball. It went off of him out of bounds, and he was like, "Fuck yeah!" He got up, but the funny thing is, he was like, "Hey." Switched. He went right off of Valachunas onto the other, the littler guy. He was like, "Yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that again." But he started off on Valachunas. Valachunas had to try to bang his ass down. Wasn't giving up any position. Had to pass it out to Ingram. Got switched off on Ingram, and he was like, "All right, that's all I got tonight. Put me on a little man who ain't gonna do shit."
And then I think the next play he had a turnover on the other
Yeah.
side. He was like, "I'm over it." But he's still, I mean, he's the 6 fouls guy that we talk about on the podcast all the time. That people seem to go away from in modern era. In the 90s, they would do that constantly. And they did that again last night where Monty said, all right, Biombo, you got 6 fouls. Do what you can with them. If you get us 7 minutes, we're happy. We just need Ayton to get a little bit of a rest. And he did a good job. They actually tried both of our strategies, which was awesome. So we were texting before the game started. I said we need to see more campaign. We saw a lot more campaign, and it was great because that Alvarado asshole, he's that guy, that energy guy. He's fun. He's Pat Beverly. He does what he needs to do, but he overplays everything because that's just his style. But when Chris Paul's the only ball handler, he gets away with it. So when you have Chris Paul and campaign in there, if he overplays Paul, then we're fine. We have another guy dribbling down the court, and it's a 5-on-4 because Alvarado is running off like when you try to do a steal in 2K and you waddle off into the bleachers or whatever you do. So that worked out.
Excuse me. That's the thing that was pissing me off in the first half when they were bringing him out there, like towards Chris Paul's later minutes in his runs.
Yeah.
On the court, and 8 seconds, and then right after that, the turnover. And that led to the tech, or no, the 8 seconds that led to the tech, or no, it might have been the turnover. Either way, they kept trying to have Chris Paul bring it down the court. And anybody who's ever watched Chris Paul, he would much rather, instead of running diagonally away from you, turn around
Put his
and just
butt
back
in,
you down
Yep.
to the half court and get over. Well, Avocado isn't going to let you move. He's not giving you that space. He's not moving. He's going to make you do the offensive foul. And Chris Paul's old and smart and isn't going to give up the offensive foul. He's going to give up the 8 seconds. And I kept screaming, give it to the 2. Give it to the fucking 2. The 3, the 4. Stop giving it to Chris. For the love of God, stop giving it to Chris. They came out at halftime and started giving it to the 2, started having campaign him and campaign. I love the Twin Towers with JaVale
That's the
and
other thing. That's what I was
DeAndre.
gonna say. When I said they
And
did both of our strategies, mine was the
yeah,
campaign, yours was the Twin Towers.
like I absolutely
come.
love that. When I saw that, I ejaculated a little bit. It was great to see. You kind of called. They need to have Cam come off and be the sixth man that he is.
Yeah.
And it all literally worked out. We need to be front office managers.
Right.
Maybe not in the NBA. Maybe not NBA.
G League.
Yeah, we'll take a G League. Shit, we'll take whatever.
I'll take the NBA Africa League.
The Jacksonville Giants are in, whatever that league is. The Major League Basketball, so the MLBA.
Is that what it's called for real?
I have no idea, but we should start one.
We should.
But
let's call
yeah,
up
man,
LeVar. Let's get something going. It was
so great to see and to shut down them runs like I was talking about earlier. That's Phoenix, the new Phoenix basketball.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to get away. 2 years ago, that bubble ball that they played against the teams that they played against. These teams are completely different. The Pelicans are not the same team they were at the start of the year. They have CJ McCollum. They were never able to get Zion back. Could you imagine no Zion, let's draft John Morant, New Orleans Pelicans, first overall?
That's what Eddie texted me last night. And I said, wait till this fucking series is over before you ask me that shit.
And we did talk about the whole Joel. We talked about off recording, whatever the fuck it is, off air, not on air, off air, about Zion and Joel. Like we gotta sit back and wait. Joel didn't come in until his third year and only played 60 games, and then after that he started taking off. Like let's wait till year 5, and let's see if Ja was worth if Zion was worth taking over Ja, and if the Grizzlies really did get lucky and the hype. And so we still have to see about it. I mean, he's not a 7-foot guy who can pull up from 3 and also hit a spin move, jelly roll layup from the fucking free throw line either. But he is that guy who can block you from a 3-pointer jumping off of the fucking left block towards you on the corner 3. Yeah. Like he's that freak athlete. We saw him do it against DeAndre Hunter, who went the fuck off and their loss.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then Chuck said, this might be his coming out party. That sounded more like Shaq.
Yeah, that was more Shaq.
But yeah, no. So I mean, they got a lot of bright future in them. But I don't know. So I think tomorrow's going to be the Suns' night. I think Chris Paul is letting them know, hey, motherfuckers, I need rest.
Right.
Let me get some rest. Don't make this go 7 games and we're going to have 2 days off. These motherfuckers are going to be long done. Like, please don't do this to me. I need a rest.
Yeah. Well, I think we can win tomorrow too, but mostly win or lose tomorrow. I'm confident that we're going to win the series. I don't think we lose in Phoenix again, but what I hope happens most of all,
130 something, 150 something to 39 win losses of the series. All time.
Yeah, I saw that too. But what I do hope happens is that Utah finds a way to win tomorrow, because I want them to go 7 games, regardless of what we do. I want that game to go 7 games. So that's actually the night game. And I think Utah's dead in the water. I don't know.
I was about to say, after that shellacking, do you really think that's going to happen?
Well, I don't. But they're back in Utah. They're doing their thing. Donovan Mitchell, if there's anything about him, he's not scared, right? So he's going to go out there and shoot 30 shots again, and he might hit 7 again or whatever he shot last game. But they have to play better in Utah. So I'm hoping that it's close enough and they can steal it. I think it's Dallas that's going to win, but I'm just, as a Suns fan, I'm hoping that they can get through. But
I think so too. I think Dallas is just going to slap their asses.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think so too. But I just hope that it doesn't, because I'm actually scared of Dallas now. Like, even if we get Booker back, man, I've seen those 2 big wins. Those 2 big wins that they have. Brunson's turning into his coming out party. But like, if we just saw we're still in the process of seeing the Brandon Ingram coming out party, and we're handling it. Jalen Brunson's not Brandon Ingram. No offense to Brunson. He's not that guy, but obviously New Orleans doesn't have Luka Doncic either. But I'm getting kind of worried, just because I love having the best guy on the floor, and we're seeing what happens when you don't. When we had Booker, we had the best guy on the floor. When we lost Booker, Ingram some nights is the best guy on the floor. Some nights it's Ayton, some nights it's Paul, but some nights it's Ingram. They're pretty interchangeable. If we don't have Booker, and maybe even if we do have Booker, Luka Doncic is the best guy on the floor. And that always scares me when somebody that's not on my team is the best guy on the floor. And for that, I'm a little worried about Dallas. But if we get a healthy Booker from game one, I think we could win. But my calculations are putting Booker coming in for game two of that series. So that kind of scares me if we drop home court right off the bat.
My thing about Dallas and you guys is Brunson and Luka on the court at the same time. Like, who's guarding those two? And then you have to worry about Maxi Kleber.
Yeah, but he's just a set shot guy.
But yeah, he can just sit there and fuck you guys all night long.
He just makes it to where you can't double because he catches it and shoots it in like a tenth of a second. So that's the biggest thing for me. Like, you can, like, Chris Paul is really going to be sus as fuck, and you see him against those Brunson type guards who are just going to come right at you, and you don't know if he's going to try to pop it. You don't know if he's going to drive on you. You don't know what's going to happen. Chris Paul can pick up 2 early fouls in the first quarter, maybe 3, and that's going to fuck the whole game up. And you got 7 games of that shit happening. But Dwight Powell, or whatever the hell that guy's name is, Norman Powell, Dwight Powell, whatever it is, he's no Valanciunas. Like, Ayton should eat this guy for dinner.
It's not Norman Powell, then that's the Blazers guy.
It's Dwight Powell, right? Is that his name?
Number 7? I think so. Yeah.
He should get just eaten by Ayton. Eaten by Ayton. There we go. That should be like his podcast. But so while the guards might be better, I think we would just destroy them on rebounds and in the paint, which is something that New Orleans has been beating us in, which is still kind of baffling to me, but they've been beating us in rebounds and paint points. So I think it would just shift the momentum, and we're a better team at adjustments. And I think we'd be able to actually do your Twin Towers and just destroy these guys, because Brunson likes to get into the basket. And if he's coming in to the basket on Ayton and McGee at the same time, it's going to be tough. Now, I know Rudy Gobert is Rudy Gobert and he's able to do stuff against him, but Rudy Gobert, for whatever reason, is like not a playoff player. And he hasn't been now for 6 years or however many years he's been in the league. He's always the defensive player of the year, and he always gets exposed in the playoffs. Switches happen. He gets pulled out of the paint, and you can just go to the rim on him. So I think it would change if they had to face us, and I think we'd win. But I do get a little nervous against Luka, as always.
Yeah, that's the only concern for me. If we're able to move it in the big ball, then it's a wrap. If it's what it should be like, then it should be a wrap real early. Playoff basketball is a little bit bigger, but we've seen from Golden State and what they're able to do with Jordan Poole and all that shit. Like, it could be a lot different in playoffs coming up. They call a lot less penalties, fouls. Right. It's a lot more physical, but at the same time, Brunson and Luka don't need to get inside to be able to score 50 points combined. Like, they can let the big boys scrap and still go to work and put up 50. That's the only concern for me. If there's any way that the Suns are able to take that out, and like Booker's able to come out 100%, not have to worry about chase down block and ripping his hamstring, then he should be fine. But that's my only concern, is those two. And Luka's not a guard, but those two guards being able to go to work against that Suns defense.
Right. And they could, I guess, but I'm not too worried. If we have Booker, he's going to go to work against them too, because the thing about Luka is he doesn't play defense either. So that's pretty exciting. But moving on, listen, Jokic has 18, and 7. He's doing his thing once again. I still don't think they're going to win 4 straight. So we don't have to talk too long about this series. If they end up winning 4 straight, I promise you, we will lead the podcast with it next week before we do the NFL draft stuff. But I expect it to be Golden State. So we'll just kind of move on for the sake of time and talk about this Memphis-Minnesota matchup. We've been on separate sides of this. From second one, you said Minnesota will win. I said Memphis would win easy. It flipped. Neither team is going to win easy. You still had Minnesota last week. I still had Memphis. Once again, it hasn't been easy. It's been going crazy. Right now it's 3-2 Memphis because of some Ja heroics, which if you guys haven't
That
seen it, then
shit,
you guys
dude.
don't watch anything on sports. You don't go to any sports websites. You don't go to Reddit. You don't go to anything because you've seen it. This man,
Bro,
he
before that,
elevates.
before that, I looked up at the TV. It's at end of third quarter. Memphis Grizzlies fucking up. Minnesota Timberwolves tying or going up 3-2 because they're up by fucking what 18 points, 16 points.
They were
Like,
up like 11 with 6 minutes left.
but
But
at the end
yeah,
of the
at the
third
end of the
quarter,
third,
they were up.
yeah.
Like I was like, yep, all right, this game's fucking over. I get home from work and I'm like, what the fuck did I miss? I saw the poster. We talked
Yeah.
about the poster. The shots that are coming out, the fucking stills of videos from fans courtside, the
Yeah.
picture people underneath. I wish Jared Allen had a fucking picture because he was right there baseline and he said it's the best thing he's ever seen in his life.
Right.
That there was absolutely amazing. But yeah, dude, Ja Morant, he's that motherfucking guy, bro. Like he is cold-blooded. He is if he's able, dude, this is year what, 4? This is
3, I
year 4?
think.
Year 3? He's year 3. Yeah, it's the year before, year after Luca and DeAndre, right?
Mm-hmm.
So year 3. He is Reggie Miller. He's got a shot. He's LeBron James. He can get inside on anybody in the world. And when it comes to the layups, he's Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
That game winner, when he goes up, my first thought was, why are you bringing your body into him? He said, psych, much core strength. I can do this in midair.
Left-handed. Just nothing.
Absolutely ridiculous. He's a tall, athletic AI with a shot like Reggie, and he can yam on you like LeBron James when he's fucking 18 years old. He is a fucking freak, bro. And he's only in his 3rd year in the NBA.
Yeah, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's a leader.
True.
He has everything. If it was a baseball player, he'd be a 5-tool player. He plays defense. He makes those LeBron chase down blocks. He does everything, and it's really exciting. But and I've been the Memphis guy this entire time, but with due respect to my guy, Anthony Edwards, he did hit a huge 3 at the end to tie it up. Yeah, he went for the steal. All right. Everybody's talking about how he went for the steal on Ja at the end, and he shouldn't have, and he really shouldn't have. We know that.
No,
But the man's young.
That's what Anthony Edwards does, though.
He's in his 2nd year. He's an athlete. He's trying to do the athletic things.
Anthony Edwards reminds me a lot of Trae Young, but without a shot. So what I mean by that is Anthony Edwards has a lot of off days shooting.
Yeah.
A lot of off days shooting. Trae Young does. The reason you don't know about him with Anthony Edwards is because he ends up with 4 steals. He ends up with fucking 9 rebounds. He gets a couple blocks. He has 8 or 9 assists. It's not Trae Young went 1 for 12 with 2 assists and nothing else. Like he did nothing because all he can do is shoot. Anthony Edwards, he's gonna get good. He's gonna get.
He's gonna learn to not sell out. I'm telling you, he's gonna be.
He does it all. He can have a piss poor night shooting, but still have 22 points because he gets to the line 8 times, and he's killer from mid range. Lost art in the NBA. These young guys are bringing it back. I fucking love to see it, but he's able to get that mid range. He's able to put his nose down, get to the line, and most times not, it's a 3-point play. So I love what he has going. I love his tendencies. I hate that he got drafted by Minnesota. And I think that actually is going to come out and help him out at the end of the day. He's not going to stay. I hope he doesn't re-sign with them. I hope they don't pick up his option.
They'll definitely pick up his option. So he'll have 5 years there.
I hope at the end of the day they have too much money in Cat and they're not able to pay him what he wants. But that he's too good for them, dude. Honestly,
yeah, he is.
It's sorry to say for that organization, but the fact that he's there, he's going to learn that dog mentality that he's going to keep for the rest of his fucking. Like, could you imagine Pat Beverly, like with Anthony Edwards' fucking talent? Like, that's what Anthony Edwards is going to be when he leaves the Timberwolves. He's going to have that fucking dog. I don't give a fuck mentality. Like, I don't care who you are. We can get it going. Like, I'm here. I'm in your fucking face. You can fucking hit me in my chin all day long. I don't think I've ever seen, like, I think Pat Bev has like we see in warehouses, so many days. We remember driving by Georgia Pacific, they had the big ass sign, so many
Yeah.
days since injury.
Without an accident.
I think Pat Bev's so many days since Band-Aids, so many days since like cut tape. Because we always see something on an eyebrow or somewhere. He's always cut up something, trying to patch something up because he's there. And that's Anthony Edwards. And also he's able to drop 50 on you in any day.
Yeah.
So he's going to hit the sky's the ceiling for him.
I'm excited for all these young guys in the playoffs that are breaking out, man. It's really cool. I'm obviously happy for myself because I called Anthony Edwards, but I mean, Brandon Ingram's doing things.
I wish Bronny was 13 years old so LeBron was just hanging up and we can get through to the new school guys.
I know, but like Ingram's blowing it up. Brunson's looking a lot better. You got nobody on Golden State and Denver. I guess Swaggy Poole, but whatever, fuck him. You got Brandon Clark on Memphis.
Was that his nickname?
That was his nickname when he was at Michigan.
Ew, I like Pool Party.
Ooh, Pool Party from
Splash Brothers.
Yeah, I get
Pool
you.
Party.
You got the Scotty Barnes, which we'll talk about in a minute. You got Matisse Thybulle. We have to. He's the only one still playing in the East. So it's just cool to see all these young guys playing and playing hard and playing well. So that's really cool. But the second round looks like it's going to shape up to be really good. But let's move over to the East since we don't have much time left. Luckily, all the games are pretty much done over there except for one. But let's recap real quick some of these ones that are done. Miami versus Atlanta. All I have to say is I'm done. I've been a fighter on this podcast saying that the Trae Young, Luka Doncic trade was good for both teams. I'm no longer saying that. Trae Young is way worse than Luka Doncic.
Thank you. Last year was a fluke.
Even though Atlanta, and I was, like I said, I've been on their side. I've said Atlanta needed Trae Young. That's what they wanted. It's a perfect win for both teams. I'm off that bandwagon real quick. He showed what he's about. I think he averaged like 7 points that series through the 5 games. He hit 1 game winner, and everybody's going to remember that, and they're going to talk about how great he is.
No, they're not.
He sucked, bro.
They're going to remember him sucking in the first half 3 games of the 5, and him able to do anything 0 of the 3 games.
Okay,
like, but hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
As a Cavs fan, that's all I fucking heard. All I heard. Oh, you gotta watch out. I told you. We told you. You gotta watch out for Trae Young in the second half. You gotta watch out for Trae Young in the second half. He gets it together. You should. You saw him the game before. You saw him the game before that. Like you should have known. You should have known. No, the motherfucker flicks his wrist the same way and gets lucky sometimes. Like I'm genuinely believing it. I could never do it. I could never be Trae Young. But yeah, does he have a clean shooting stroke? Is it a special shooting stroke? Yes. But is he a great shooter? No. There's plenty of people that don't have great shooting strokes. Max Kleber. He doesn't have a great shooting stroke. It's slow. It's long. But Trae Young, can get it off. It's quick. It's efficient. He knows his shot, and he knows where he needs to get to. We've seen this is the NBA. This isn't Oklahoma. This isn't high school ball. If he's not able to get to that spot, he is fucked. He is absolutely fucked. So they go into the halftime, they go into the locker room, and they figure out how to let him get to a spot. If teams still don't let him get there, he's going to be fucked. He's suspect as fuck with that. That's all it comes down to. He's like that quarterback. Hey, this motherfucker can't throw flats, so let's cover the center. Let's just stay in the middle of the field and make that motherfucker throw it outside. He can't throw the ball 60 yards down the field. What makes you think he can throw a 20-yard out? Let's just cover the middle and make him throw flats because it's going to take 10 minutes to get there, and we're going to make him dig and dunk all game long. He can't throw it over us. It's the same thing with Trae Young. If we don't let him get to this spot, this spot, this spot, and this spot, he's fucked. And it's coming to light. Like, yeah, he's got a nice floater. We saw him throw that 8-foot over the rim floater. He's got all that shit. But he's not confident enough to go to that. He'd rather try to get lucky 90% of the time than actually put in the effort to get to the hole.
So let me ask you a question to try to give Trae Young the benefit of the doubt. And I know it's going to fall on deaf ears for you because the person I'm going to be asking you about, you already don't like. But could this be Trae Young's version of the 2013 Steph Curry, who got into the playoffs, one of the best shooters we've ever seen, gets to the playoffs, gets manhandled, gets pushed around, gets physical, gets just beat down. And everybody said, Curry can't do it. You just beat him up and he's useless. And then he figured it out, shifted his game a little bit, and now he's the Steph Curry we know and love. Listen, 8 years ago, Steph Curry was not this guy. He was getting pushed, he was getting battered, he was getting bruised, he was getting 5-6 turnovers a game. Could that be Trae Young if he just sits back, reevaluates, figures it out, and changes his game a little bit? Could he take that next step and figure out how to deal with playoff basketball?
What year was Steph drafted? 2010, right?
9, I think. Yeah, 9, 10.
2009?
Yeah.
9-10, so 2010, somewhere
The
around there.
2009,
Alright.
he was drafted, and so yeah, it was that year, the end
So
of
you're talking,
2009.
yeah, so you're talking about like 2013.
Yeah,
Because 2015, they were in the fucking championships.
Right.
2006, so it wasn't that long of a turnaround for him. And I think it was a lot of mental things because all Steph ever heard, you're too small. That's all he ever heard. You're too small. You're 6'3", you're a point guard, you're too small. Like they didn't know what the NBA was becoming. I think that was a lot of confidence thing right off the bat. And I think it's that Mark Jackson led team. He didn't know what he had.
right.
He's thinking of the whole we believe Oakland team, the nitty gritty shit. And that's what he's trying to make this pencil at the time, 6'3", 190-pound kid
Yeah.
do this shit. And he wasn't able to. So I think us old heads, I hate that we're saying that about ourselves. Like we look back at that and think, this kid really, he looked like he was fucked. No, the kid was lost. He was being pushed down the wrong path.
Trying to make him Baron Davis.
Once he got the right coaching, i.e. Steve Kerr, who saw him and said, wait, why the fuck? Wait, what are y'all doing with this kid?
And
like,
they drafted Clay like right around that same time.
Like this kid is me on crack. Like what the fuck are y'all even doing? You know what, kid? Green light, go. He said, I promise you, I can shoot from 40. He's like, bitch, shoot from 50. I don't give a shit. So that 2013 year, we saw him coming out, taking 2 steps over half court and just started yakking him. We're like, yo, what the fuck is this? Who is this kid? That's Steph Curry, right? That's the Davidson kid. We knew he could shoot threes. We knew this. We knew this could happen. And we just got lost for the first couple of years because they let him get lost. And once he got opened up, it's lights out. We're never going to say that about Trae Young. Okay. He has the show. The show is his. He has whatever he wants to do. And he's still not able to get it done. Last year was a fucking fluke. I've said it all year. I said it last year when the shit was happening. I was like, they're about to get scraped. What did the Bucks do? Scrape their ass. That was a fluke. They should have never been in that situation. A lot of people got injured. They won games they shouldn't against weak ass teams, and it has nothing to do with Trae Young. We can even say Capella and Collins were the fucking MVPs of that series.
That's true. Yeah, they beat a very exposed or a team that got exposed this year in the Knicks, and then they got to avoid Brooklyn because Brooklyn was in with Milwaukee the second round. The last thing I want to say on Atlanta, with all due respect to this man, I applauded the hiring. Nate McMillan was severely outcoached.
It's been a good run. It's been a good
severely outcoached, man. Like I said, when they hired him or it promoted him from assistant, I said, good hire, man. I liked him in Indianapolis or whatever, Indiana. I was happy with it. He did not coach well, didn't make any adjustments. And the last play of the game, he called 2 timeouts just for Gallinari to get trapped in the corner. Now, that's inexcusable. I don't care who you are. You can't, first of all, the inbounder can't fucking just give it to the guy in the trap zone and just let him run away. He ran away. I don't know what he was doing, but it was just, you called 2 timeouts. You saw the defensive set twice, and that's still the play you came up with. I can't defend it anymore. I
agree 1,000%. And that's why I feel like these coaches like Billy Donovan, go Gators, they will always have a job in the NBA for the fact that they can mix up and call out an imbalance plays like nobody else in the world. Yeah. There's probably 20 people that can do it, and all 20 of them are in the NBA right now. And then we have these Nate McMillans out there who are really good. They're really good at able to see the opposing team, and they're able to see their holes and stuff, and they're able to put the lineups in. They're able to do what they need to do and fill the holes and do all this stuff. but when it comes down to crunch time and put X's and O's on a little whiteboard and do all this and this and this, I guarantee you he has one of his assistants trying to call the shit out, or he's like, "Hey Trey, what do you want?"
Yeah.
He's one of
That's
those
all
ones.
it was. He was like, Trey, try to get open. And Trey couldn't get
Yeah,
open. And then he called a timeout. Trey couldn't get open again. He called a timeout. Trey couldn't get open again. They got to do something. And like, it was sad.
yeah. So I mean, that shit happens all the time in the NBA because, like we said, there's pretty much a third of the NBA that doesn't have these type coaches,
Right.
and it sucks for them. It sucks for Nate McMillan. If that was me, if I'm that type of head coach, because I'm not that tricky.
Right.
I have good IQ and shit, but I don't think that wide. I'm not one of those guys that can see the play coming. I'm like, oh fuck, I know I should have done that. My bad, dude. My bad. I see it now. Now I see what you were thinking because you're a lot smarter than me. You can see in the future of the NBA. That's what it takes. It takes those point guard type guys who knows what could happen if this and that were to go. And that's those X's and O's. Right. So if it was me in the NBA, if I'm the coach like Nate McMillan, who listen, I can make adjustments. Like me and you can sit here and see what type of players can guard this type of players. And a lot of people talk out of their ass about it, kind of get lucky, but me and you really can study and really be able to figure it out. And I would take my main assistant is going to be that motherfucker that's like, all right, bro, you're going to do the fucking the annexation of Puerto Rico, and you're going to loopy here, and you're going to do that, and then it's going to be a one touch pass, alley oop dunk, 0.7 seconds left, game over.
Yeah, because Nate is a player's coach. He's a prep coach
right there. He comes with me. He'll never be a head coach.
Yeah, McMillan is an amazing, like I said, he's a locker room coach. He gets the guys ready to play. You can never say that they didn't play hard, that they weren't prepared. His preparation is good. It's just when you just like you said, Echo, when you just microscopic down to 2 or 3 plays here or there, he doesn't have what 2/3 of the guys have. So, and when you're up against Spoelstra, it's magnified. You know, like if he was playing against Steve Nash, see, I'll call out my own favorite player. If they were coaching together, it wouldn't look like that big of a difference, right? But when you're up against Spo, you get exposed, and he coached the pants off of him this series.
Which kind of pisses me off about Steve Nash. Like, we both know he's a Billy Donovan type coach. We know he can create plays. He pretty much called his own plays in Dallas for him and Dirk for a little bit.
He called his own plays in Phoenix the entire time. We know that it wasn't D'Antoni.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, whenever they settle down to half court and playoffs and shit. Yeah, absolutely. But like, we know he can do it. But he's one of these players coaches who lets these guys chime in way too much and has had the non-luxury of having Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. In his last job, he had more fucking divas. Like, the list goes on. And he's not able to coach the way he probably wants to, and the organization isn't going to let him, and he's doing what he's pretty much told to do. Like, hey, you're just the facilitator of coaching right now. Like, the players have input. You have 2 top 10 generational talents on your team. They're going to have more input than you, probably more than likely. Like, the 3 of y'all, 33, y'all figure it out. And that's not something he probably wants. And I don't think Steve Nash, being Steve Nash, is going to be one of those coaches who gets stuck in that kind of blender until he's chopped up, spit out of the league. I think he's going to come out of this a lot better and able to know what he wants to do. And I hope he able to get the green light after what happened. He's like, all right, guys. Like, even Kyrie just came out and said, some days I'm the coach, some days Kevin's the coach. Anybody can be the fucking coach. Like, can I fucking coach now? Like, you see what just happened? We got swept. We just got swept.
Exactly.
We did all
that. Just go step up
with Kyrie. We did all that with KD. You couldn't get Ben in. I didn't need Ben. Do you see what we were able to do with this team that we had? Like we were able to get it done. Let me fucking coach. And if he's ever given the green light, I think that team would be stupid dope. KD's already there for a while. He's already voiced that he's not even going to try to seek a trade. He has what, three
more years. He signed an extension. Yeah.
Kyrie's a free agent. He said
he has an option, doesn't he? Or the team has an option or something?
No, he has an option, but he is a free agent pretty much. He said that he doesn't have any desire to go anywhere else. He's trying to stay and get shit done. So hopefully them motherfuckers are like, if that's me, if I'm Steve Nash, after they sign and settle and all that shit, we come into the next season and we all get together and be like, all right, guys. So last time we saw each other, we got how many wins in the playoffs? And you guys wanted input, right? All right, so can y'all just shut your mouths and let me do my job, and you guys go on the court and execute that job,
Yeah.
and we win a championship this year? Because that'd be fucking awesome. If he's able to do that, that team would be fucking insane.
Yeah. I'd call a meeting to agree with you. I'd call a meeting with the owner, the GM, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, and it'd be the 5 of us. And I'd just walk in. It'd be real short and sweet. I'd say, all right, guys, your way didn't work. Let's try my way, or else I'm out.
If I'm Steve Nash, I'm pulling up every single assist and every single call for a pick from Amari Stoudemire or from a Sean Marion, because he knew every single time he was dishing, and he needs to sit there and play that in front of Kyrie and be like, bro, could you imagine you with my brain?
Right.
We're winning 5 straight. Like, just listen.
I'd just legit just be like, we tried your way. Now let's try my way and let's see what happens.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So they got swept out. It's a wrap there. We don't need to dwell on it too much longer because that was what I was wanting to talk about. It really was the Steve Nash angle of it. Do you think, though, just real quick, we do not ever want to speak on mental health or anything like that, but Ben Simmons came out today and said that there is a mental block for him. That's why, even though physically he felt able to play in game 4, that's why they scratched him again. He's got a mental block, and that's a trigger for his back, blah, 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 blah. You see the history. There's definitely a reason for him to have a mental block because he freaking sucked 2 years ago or last year or whenever it was. But how much credence do you give to this mental block and trying to help him? Like, if you're the team, not if you're Brandon Steele, but if you're Brooklyn, how much do you give him that kind of leeway? And then how much do you just tough love him and say, bro, you're making $13 million. You either got to get out there or
you got 3 months
to figure it out.
You have
and say like, we'll help you however we can.
The championship is in June.
Yeah.
The end of the league year is coming up. You got, what's up, buddy? Shh, you gotta be quiet, okay? Come here. You gotta be quiet. You got 3 months, all right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you got 3 months to get it done. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Right when that league year ends, you're either here or you're gone. We've all have mental blocks. Like, there's days with this little guy, I don't want to get up and go to work. I'd rather sit at home with him. I go.
Right.
May 1st is going to come up soon. That's when my dad passed away, when I was 18 years old after being fucking 18 for 10 days.
Yeah.
You don't think that's still a mental block to this day? Like, absolutely. But we still have to go on. We still have to go through life. Like, we still have reasons to get going. Like, the kid has 13 million fucking reasons to be going. Right. He might not have kids. He might not have a wife and all that stuff. I don't know much about the guy.
I know he dated a Jenner at some point.
Yeah, but like he has 13 million reasons. Like, I might make $100 during the day. I might make $2. I don't know what I'm gonna make during the day. I know I'm guaranteed $5 an hour. That's nowhere close to what this guy makes, and he blames it on a mental block. Like, no, we all have those mental blocks. We all have traumatic things that happen to us in our lives, and you have to push through. That's why I love Shaq. I love Chuck. I love all the. Go to Whistle. Go to Whistle.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
No, okay, you're saying. All right, but that's why I love everybody just calling him out and telling him, like, bro, Reggie Miller coming out talking about it. I love everybody just talking about it and just letting it be known, like, dude, that's your job. At the end of the day, if I'm the organization, I'm not going to patty cake it that much longer.
Yeah.
Like, you have until the end of the league year, and after that, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with you. I think you tell him, listen, we have resources to help you. We have what needs to be helped. But if at the end of the day, you don't believe you can do this job, then you need to go find a new job. You need to figure out something you can do. And if it's not playing in the NBA, then it's not playing in the NBA. Listen, it's not for everybody. I can't go play in the NBA. I can't do a lot of things, you know? And if I get anxious doing all kinds of stupid shit that's not even remotely close to having lights on me and having pressure to make a final shot. And like, there's things I just can't do. And you just have to, like I said, offer him all the resources he needs. Say, listen, we got counseling, you got this, you got that. We have team doctors, we have shooting coaches, we have whatever you need to help you. But if at the end of the day you give him that deadline, I like how the end of the league year, hey, let us know if you're going to be playing next year or not. But if you tell us you're going to be playing, the expectation is that you will be playing and we're going to be putting you out there. So you better figure it out.
Exactly. And this isn't an ignorance. This isn't me
Yeah.
just like pulling out of my life and anything. Like the dude just upgraded to 5-on-5s 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Like he's been doing those for the last week and a half. Like you're finishing the process, dude. Like there's something other than that. There's another reason to it. And I genuinely wholeheartedly believe that that's just a cop out that he's able to use. And if I'm Brooklyn, if I'm the organization, show me you want to play basketball or you're gone. Like you're going to be in the start, excuse me, the starting lineup game one.
On day one. Yeah.
And if you're not, you are not in this organization. And if I'm Brooklyn, I'm sending fucking 28 or 30 or however many teams are in the NBA right now, emails out and letting it be known, this kid does not want to play basketball. Don't waste your fucking money. We just wasted 13 and a half.
I'd literally grab his phone, open up his calendar, hit August 1st, meeting with coach or meeting with GM or whatever, and say on this day, 8 a.m., August 1st, you come in here, you say yes or no, I can play next year. Period. Point blank, whatever you need to do it. Let me know.
No, I don't even, not even the beginning of the league year. The end of this one. The end of this league
it's
year.
like those, it's just like with optional training. If you show up on day one, we'll deal with you. If not, then don't let the door hit you. And
I know by the end, I want to go into my little Cancun break. Well, they're already in Cancun.
He's gonna be in Cancun with you, sitting there with Mai Tais doing his thing.
Like, I just want to know, like, are you in or are you out, bro? Yeah, exactly. He's just chilling. It's bullshit. Like it's absolute bullshit. And the way he's going about it, like we see Devin Booker. I want to give him props. We see a lot of injured people. Marcus Morris or Markieff, whichever one besides holding on to who was he holding on to? One of the Hawks players. He went for something and got called out of bounds, but he was holding them fucking around. But these players, they come to these games. Mr. Morris, whichever one it is, he comes in hoodies for the most part. Black pants, hoodie. Black pants, black hoodie. Devin Booker's been coming in
suit on,
looking nice as shit. But they're dark suits, gray suit, black suit, just chilling. What's Ben Simmons doing?
His purple
out in this bitch and purple shit, yellow shit, orange shit. Like, hey, look at me. I'm here. I'm on the bench. I'm collecting y'all's money. I'm not doing shit for it. Like, that's he knows what he's doing. He has some mental shit going on. He's just a fucking crazy weirdo. There's something wrong with his brain. He doesn't want to play basketball. He likes making money and not having to do anything.
So do I. Fuck. I'd be trying to. Shit.
Bro, people are calling it the biggest heist, but I promise you, in a couple of years, there's going to be a 30 for 30 or something, E60, talking about the biggest heist in NBA.
Yeah.
How a man stole.
He told people in fucking LSU that he doesn't even like basketball, and he was about to not even go to the draft because he was like, I don't know about basketball. And they were like, bro, you're going to be like the second pick and get 10 mil. He's like, I like basketball. It's all right.
Yeah,
let me head over there.
It's absolutely insane. Like, he is scamming people. And we thought after 2020, he had a great year. He was another all-NBA player, or no, all-NBA defensive player.
Team, yeah.
All defensive team. He got rookie of the year, and he had 18 points a game, and finally hit a three last season. He finally hit a three. He did get injured. The injury wasn't a nice injury. Yeah, it's a bad injury.
It sucked.
I don't want to take away from that, but you're cleared to play the game of basketball, and now it's mental.
Right.
Now it's mental, bro. I've been going through mental shit for 13 years of my life. I can't stop. I can't just stop. I can't sit in my room and play Call of Duty all day.
That'd be nice.
Apparently, he's great at it. He's a good Call of Duty player.
So is Booker though. Booker
So I'm
tears
like,
ass up in
I
Call of
can't
Duty
do
too.
that, and Book can't do that. He's got to go to work. You got to
Yeah.
go to work, bro. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. Until you're retired, he's going to be retired next year. Dumbass. But until you're retired, you go to work. That's what you do. It sucks that that's the way of the world, but you're born, you learn, you work, you die. That's the cycle. There's literally this much of enjoyment. There's 65 to death.
Hey, I enjoy every day, bro. I love it. I love my life.
Samesies. But that's literally how it's created. You work and then you retire and then you're dead within 15 years.
Yeah, sometimes. For the sake of time, we're just gonna say that Giannis Antetokounmpo is still that guy. The Bulls had too many injuries. That was a wrap. Good on them for taking a game. Props to Billy Donovan. But they didn't have Zach LaVine. They didn't have Alex Caruso. And Giannis was in full-on closeout mode, and he did his Giannis thing. But we are going to talk about this Toronto series real quick because Philly was up 3-0. Toronto looks really good. They're heading back to Toronto. James Harden, listen, we've talked about this man on the podcast many, many times. Now Philly's seeing it. Like, what more do we need to see to know that James Harden is just not that guy? Like, it sucks going from Ben Simmons to James Harden because that was the trade. That's what happened. But hey, that's the way the podcast is working. But when do we give up on James Harden? Not we, because we gave up on a long time ago. But when does the NBA give up on James Harden? Like, he's just not that guy anymore.
They never will. He's always going to have a spot in this league until he retires. And he's even going to have it way better than Melo did. He's not even going to be tried to be shunned.
Yeah, that's true.
He literally was the king of Houston. Melo was the king of New York. Melo got traded. Melo left in free agency. James Harden, I don't think, has touched free agency in a long time.
No, Harden hasn't touched the second month of the season in the same team in a long time.
So no, I think there's a lot of similarities there. So I really think he's going to be able to run it as long as he's able to knock down at least 20 points at any given minute. And I don't think that's ever going to change.
But in the playoffs, he can't do that. Shit, like he can't do anything.
He's going to be that guy. Sad to say, he's going to be that guy that the Suns will pick up and be like, listen, Book's injured. I need you. And they're going to keep him on that. He's going to be 35, 36 years old. And he's going to come out with a step back. And you're going to see him go off for a 10-day contract and go nuts and be like, yo, you're on my team for the rest of the year.
And then he's going to average 12 points a game for the rest of the year. Do nothing.
Yeah, and that 12 points are going to be pivotal points in the playoffs, and he's going to win a championship. That's literally how James Harden is going to win a championship. He's not going to win one with the Sixers. I feel bad for baby girl being a Philly person, but he's not going to win a championship for them. He wants to stay. He's going to stay. It's not going to get done. But yeah, Maxi's not the guy. He's a guy.
Maxi's good. He's super good, but he's not
that guy. If Ben Simmons was able to come back with James Harden on that team, it would be different. But also, if Ben Simmons was back for Brooklyn for that series against Boston, they might have swept fucking Boston. So
listen, Tybal and Maxi are both Tybal and Maxi, however you say their names, are both really good number threes and fours, whatever. But Embiid's going to need more real help. He had it with Ben Simmons for about a year and a half, and that we know how that ended. He thought he was going to have it with Harden, but listen, in the playoffs, that's a different story. He needs somebody that can consistently be that guy. Why not Anthony Edwards? Let's wrap it back around to him. But he needs a point guard, I guess. But why not Anthony Edwards? Bring the boy to Philly. Let's go.
Have James Harden carry the ball all the time?
That's all James Harden does. If you say he's staying on Philly.
Are we going to have Maxi, Harden,
have Edwards Harden fucking be the two guard? Why can't Harden actually
Maxi, Harden, Edwards at the three, and then whoever the fuck
Tobias still, I guess.
Tobias, and that would be lethal. Yeah. That would be fucking
if Harden would accept the same way Melo did, if Harden would accept I'm not the superstar anymore, let me be kind of a fifth, sixth man, he would be amazing. Take the ball out of his hand, put him at the 2 guard. He'd be amazing, dude. But I don't think he's going to want to do that. But we'll see. If Toronto, well, first of all, do you think Toronto wins in Toronto and forces a game 7
No.
to make this the scariest series of all? No.
No.
Ooh, I think they do. And I think Doc fucking
crazy.
benches Harden for game 7 and says it's a
What?
wrap, son.
Are you serious?
Sit your sorry ass on the bench and watch us
Or do you
win.
hate Harden that much?
I hate Harden that much. That's what I'd do. But I can see Embiid dropping 55 in Toronto and saying, yo, I'm out of here. I'm done with this. But Toronto and Philly, game 7, that's what it's about, man. That's what it was about with Kawhi being there. This is Embiid's chance. It's going to be Toronto's going to win tomorrow. They're going to go to game 7, and it's going to be Embiid's chance because it's going to be like a 2-point game with 5 minutes left. And they're going to just show highlights of fucking Kawhi hitting that stupid ass shot over and over and over again. They're going to show highlights on TNT all day long. And Embiid's going to somehow get a feed into his phone because the arena's not going to be showing it. And he's going to go out there and he's going to score 63 in game 7 and say, fuck these kids, I'm out. And they're going to win. I think Philly's going to win, but I think it'll be 7 games.
So you think Toronto really has a chance?
Hell yeah. Listen, in Toronto, they definitely have a chance because there's no Thibault, however you say his name. Scotty Barnes is starting to figure out playoff speed. I know you don't want to hear about him,
Fuck that guy.
but he's starting to figure out playoff speed. He's looking a lot better these last 3 games. OG Anunoby's looking a lot better. Siakam sucks. I don't know what happened to him, but they're trying to figure it out. And in Toronto, I think they can win. But when they head back to Philly, I think I'm calling my shot right now. Embiid will score 47 points in game 6, and they're still going to lose. And he's going to drop 63 in game 7 and say, I'm a scoring champ. I should be the fucking MVP, and I'm moving on to the next round. That's what's going to happen.
I don't think so. But I don't know what the fuck's going on. I need 290 points, and I got 278.2.
And it's like, 2 minutes left in that game, right?
331 on here.
It's a 2-point game. They could go to overtime, dog. That'll get you there, right?
I hope so. Yeah, I got Joker, Peyton, and Barton. And Peyton has 12 more points than Barton. What are you doing, William? You were worth a lot of money to me.
Barton just has to hit that 1-3. Well, not for FanDuel to help you, but he just has to hit that 1-3. But Jokic is that boy. When he gets to 2020, is it going to give you bonus points, or does it just count as a normal rebound?
I don't know. It might.
All right, so we're going to get out of here, though. I hope I called my shot. It's at the very end of an hour and 30-minute episode, so nobody's going to hear it except your boy. What's his name? John?
Papa Joe.
He'll listen to it. He'll know my prediction. Eddie might. He won't listen an hour and a half in. He'll listen to some of it. Do you have anything to shout out?
Yeah, J.R. Smith. Good shit. I know that it might be a little bit of false narrative. That's not the words. But anyways, false gradage or false classage. You might have just had to show up.
You saying he gets the judge's lean?
Hey, there's a lot of kids in college athletics and in high school who do not show up. And all you have to do is show up and we'll give you a C. All you have to do is show up and we'll give you a B. They don't even want to do that. They still want to try to take the slack away. But hey, let's say it's not. Let's say J.R. Smith went to town and did his due diligence and all of his academics and went to work. This man came out of whatever college he's going to's student's academic athlete of the year with a 4.0 GPA. That is awesome. He obviously made headlines going back to college, made more headlines becoming a collegiate golfer, and now he is that school's academic athlete of the year. It's dope as shit. I think it's cool as hell. Being a Cavs fan, we all remember when we were trying to repeat against the Kevin Durant-led Warriors, and we were about to win, and we caught the free throw, and we just had to put it back up, and he dribbled it out, and LeBron's going. So, yeah, I didn't think he had a brain cell in the world, but It's obvious he does.
He was saving it up.
He was just on the edibles at that point in time in the game, in a little in the clouds. So I'm guessing he just smokes the flower during his educational days. And hey, dude got a 4.0. I'm excited for him. I love J.R. Smith. He's awesome. I loved him in Denver. I thought he was hilarious in New York when they were trying to get him out of there just for being J.R. Smith. It was great. So for us to get him, they were literally like, yeah, you can have Amon Shumpert, but you have to take J.R. Smith. I was like, fuck yeah, we got J.R. Smith. Oh, we got Amon Shumpert too. That's cool. Yeah, I was excited for J.R. Smith. That's my guy. But yeah, shout out to him for getting a 4.0, going to work, doing what you got to do, not having any mental blocks in the school field, and going back and getting it done.
Hey, absolutely, man. Good. Congrats to J.R. Smith. So let's go out of here and say, be like J.R. Smith, which is something we have not said in many of his NBA career.
I'm always
but,
like,
but be like J.R. Smith. And as always, be a stud, not a scrub.